If anyone ever tells you not to drive your heroes, they are so wrong. Welcome everyone to the BMW E46 M3. This is a car I hero worshipped as a child. This, the Ferrari 458 Italia, and maybe something like an Enzo. Those were the cars that I saw as the best that the world could do. And now the very kind owner of this E46 M3 is letting me go for a drive. So I can tell you all about it. Now this car is eerily similar to the M240i that I had about a month ago. It's got very similar power. This one has 333 horsepower for the North American market. That BMW had about 335. This has 262 pound-feet of torque. That's where that new M240i is completely knocking that one out of the park. This one has a 3.2 litre naturally aspirated inline six. That M240i, that had a 3 litre inline six with a single twin scroll turbocharger. Now what can I immediately tell you about this car? We are looking at a car that was debuted in 1999, first model year was 2000, and the 2002 that we have here is exactly how this car should be. Black on black with those beautiful 19-inch wheels and this 6-speed manual transmission. We've got a rather springy clutch and the gear shifts fairly long, but that's kind of something that BMW is known for. They like their long throws for their gearboxes. Interesting thing about this generation is that it was only ever a two-door. It was only a coupe or a cabriolet. Other M3s, that wasn't the case. Now I'm in a BMW that is 16 years old, but everything I'm seeing is exactly how you would expect a modern BMW. We've got automatic lights, we've got heated seats, we've got a sport button down here. I'll get to that in a minute. But again, this car is 16 years old. It might not have a big fancy screen with bright, beautiful graphics, but it's got everything I want. It's got a chunky steering wheel, the controls on the steering wheel itself. But I'm in this car thinking, I don't want anything else. I don't need anything else. We've got a rear sunshade, an automatic sunshade. Look at that. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Oh, and this straight six is the sound of magic. Oh, beautiful. For the gauges, they're the classic BMW M grey. Love the look at that. And all of the digital screens that we have are in the classical BMW orange as well. A Harman Kardon system here. All of the leathers and well, I presume really all of these are leathers. Nothing really feels like a plastic. Well, maybe up on the dashboard, but all of the leathers, they've held up so well over time. If I wanted to sit behind myself, it might not be comfortable, but it's certainly feasible. And look, you even have little buttons here for the rear windows that just open up slightly to get a little bit of vented air. Now I'm trudging along town right now, exactly where I don't want to be. I want to be able to just rev this car out a bit. We've got a red line that's indicated to kind of end at 8,000. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but there's an orange light and then the red light to symbolize the red line. So you kind of have that gray area where you are exceeding the capabilities of the engine, but the pistons aren't blowing out of place. Oh, this is what BMW has always been known for, that vibrancy from an engine. The communication with the rest of the platform, the steering has quite a heavy weighting to it, and it doesn't self-center in the way that so many modern cars with electric power steering do. You just want to take every shift to redline. You want to be able to throw yourself into the corner as fast as you possibly can. Within reason, of course. although it sounds mad and angry, it's very approachable, and at no point has this car scared me or I ever thought I was pushing its limits. Now, the sport button, like I was saying earlier, is right down here, and if you give it a tap, you will immediately notice a difference with the throttle. It's far more alert, and every time that you lift off, there's a good jolt to that as well. Not only is this one of the best looking BMWs ever produced, I still think it's one of the best looking cars ever made. It's just so classical. Oh, excuse me a sec. It's classical, it never looks old. So to anybody watching, whether you're a car person or not, we can all relate to this phrase, that you should never meet your idols. We all know why, in case they turn out to be horrible people and you're disappointed by your celebrity crush or professional idol. And that carries over into the car world as well. You don't want to drive your heroes for the sake that they're not going to be as good as you thought they were, or wouldn't look as nice in person as they do in your bedroom wall poster. But let me tell you, that does not apply here for this BMW. It is as amazing and as communicative and as beautiful as I remember as a kid. So time has told me this. When it comes to the E46 M3, it is a timeless piece of automotive perfection.